Welcome back. This is the Whiskey Couch in Pretoria, South Africa. I'm Gustav.
And I'm Elna.
And it is summery time, and we're having lots of fun here. This is our third take on this video, so we're laughing in between and it's great fun. But summery time, because it's the end of the second bracket of 12-year-old single malt whiskies that I've reviewed and done food pairings with, and Elna has joined in right at the end of this second bracket. We've done 5 whiskies, and in this video a brief summary of all 5 of them. Then I'm going to reveal which one was my favorite, and then we've done blind tasting on all 5, and that we've done so that we can double check our favorite one out of this 5. So summary: the first video in this bracket, Highland Park 12-year-old, and my summary for that: whiskey, sweet, sherried fruit with gentle, spiced, fragrant smoke.
And we paired that with crepes filled with Parma ham and tangerine segments.
Second whiskey, BUNNAHABHAIN 12-year-old. We've got them lined up here behind us. BUNNAHABHAIN 12-year-old, and my summary for the BUNNAHABHAIN: rich, fruity, nutty, and chocolaty.
And we paired that with crepes filled with chocolate, crushed, roasted and salted nuts, drizzled with berry reduction or berry jam.
The third one in this series, in this bracket, Kalila 12-year-old, summary for that whiskey: sweet malt with salty smoked olives.
And we paired that with Tapenade crepes, or crepes filled with olive and herb cream cheese topped with sliced olives.
And number 4, BOWMORE 12-year-old. My summary for that whiskey: lightly smoked salted caramel. There's of course a lot more to that in terms of the nose and the palate and the finish, but all of that you can see in the detailed video that is on our Whiskey Couch YouTube channel.
And we paired that with caramel and banana crepes.
Oh, that was wonderful, because I'm a caramel fan. Caramel and banana crepes, that was probably my highlight in terms of the pairing. What was this now? Number 5 was the KILKERRAN. So we've got the Highland Park, BUNNAHABHAIN, Kalila, BOWMORE, and KILKERRAN. And I think we've done all of the summaries. I'm just now wondering. So number 5, the summary for number 5: lots of character and layers of flavor. That's the KILKERRAN 12-year-old from the Glengyle distillery.
And we paired that with crepes filled with mascarpone cheese and barbecued pineapple slices.
You're having fun. If your mother tongue is Afrikaans and you have to do an English video, this gets very interesting. You always want to say the Afrikaans pronunciation. Nevertheless, my favorite out of the lot, when I did all of the individual reviews, was it was between the KILKERRAN and the BUNNAHABHAIN, because I'm a sherried cask whiskey fan. So I was drawn to the BUNNAHABHAIN, but I must say the KILKERRAN, there's just something there that is absolutely magnificent. And I must also emphasize that these are 5 incredible whiskies. So if I have to rate them, they will be sort of like just next to each other with 1 or 2 points difference. So at the end of the day, I chose the KILKERRAN as my favorite, and my number 2 was the BUNNAHABHAIN 12-year-old. But today we poured all of them. We numbered the glasses at the bottom of the glass so we couldn't see the number. And then we mixed them all up. I went out of the room. Elna mixed them up. She walked out. I mixed them up. In the end of the day, we didn't know which one was which. And we smelled them, tasted them, added a few drops of water. We got the nose again and we tasted them again. And we finally decided which is our favorite. Elna, which is your number 1 and number 2? So we've got number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in terms of what we tasted, but we don't know the number underneath the glass.
My number 1 was number 2.
So this is Elna's number 1.
And my second choice is number 3.
And that is after we added the water.
After water,
Before we added the water, this one was your
That was number two.
your second choice.
Number 2 and 4 without water. After the water, number 2 and 3.
These are wonderful whiskies. I'm just going to check again. Would you like to confirm your number 1? It got quite cloudy with the water that we added, which is of course a sign that it was non-chill filtered. Yes, this is definitely my number 1.
Now I'll stick to it. I'll stick to number 2 as my number 1.
Interested if that is cloudiness. Did get cloudy. That is very interesting. So number 1. Very, very sherried. Your number 1, very sherried. My number 1, not that of a prominent nose, but character. And I've got a very good idea that this is the KILKERRAN again. Your number 2, I would say this is my number 1 and my number 2. You've got this number 1 and number 2.
Yeah.
Just your thoughts why that is your number 1.
I like what I nosed was caramel and fruity, and when I tasted it, there was a little bit of spiciness in the end, but a little bit. And after the water, it was more caramel and I think honey. I'll say honey, and I like that.
You enjoyed that. This
enjoyed that.
This is out of the 5. This is the more smoky one, and this is the second more smoky one. And you don't like peated whiskies?
No, not necessarily.
With a peat smoke. This was also good for me. This is really a difficult bracket to determine and to decide a favorite. But at the end of the day, my number 1. Let's reveal yours first. Shall we do that?
Okay.
So, your number 2, which is the BUNNAHABHAIN. That is your favorite, in other words, out of the lot. My favorite is number 5, which is the KILKERRAN. So again in this bracket, that is exciting again. When I chose my favorite, when I knew what they all were, and in the blind tasting, I chose the same one. But this is my BUNNAHABHAIN is my second out of the lot. How exciting is this? So when we're done with this video, we're going to enjoy the rest of these drams and just confirm, add a bit more water, maybe do a bit of pairing. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining us on this wonderful journey. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video, which is going to be the first single malt in the 3rd bracket of 5 12-year-old whiskies. And I think in that bracket, we have got Edredauer, BOWMORE. What else do we have there? We have the Macallan 12-year-old and 2 other exciting whiskies. So we'll see you in the 3rd bracket. And right at the end, when we've done all 4 of the brackets, we're going to take the winners out of each and do a blind tasting to see what is ultimately the best 12-year-old out of the 20 12-year-olds that we then have tasted. So until then, my number 1, Elna's number 1, Slanje.
Slanje.